Humans often confuse love with control. They say it's out of concern, out of protection, out of care. But sometimes what they call love is actually the need to manage, possess, or mold someone else. This confusion isn't always malicious. It's often unconscious, because the line between love and control is almost invisible, especially when fear, insecurity, and attachment get involved. In this video, we will explore the psychological mechanics behind this confusion. Why people control those they love. Why some feel safest when being controlled. And why humans mistake dominance for devotion. Because what many call love might just be control wearing perfume. 1. Control masquerading as protection. Control rarely introduces itself honestly. It dresses up as care. I'm only doing this because I love you. I just want what's best for you. I'm trying to protect you from getting hurt. But protection becomes control when the freedom of the other person disappears. Love allows freedom. Control restricts it. The more one person decides what is right for another, the more the relationship tilts toward imbalance. What seems like helping may actually be micromanaging. What sounds like guidance may be emotional dominance. The controller feels they are saving someone. The controlled slowly begins to vanish. 2. Insecurity, the root of possessive love. The urge to control often comes from deep insecurity, a fear of being abandoned, a fear of being replaced. So control becomes a way to reduce risk, keep them close, decide for them, monitor their world. But control does not reduce fear. It only masks it. And the more a person tries to control, the more distant the other becomes. Ironically, the controller often causes the very disconnection they feared. Their grip tightens. The relationship cracks. Because control is not the cure for fear. It is fear in disguise. 3. Love based on conditions. When love is offered only if certain behaviors are met, it is not love. It is conditional acceptance. If you act how I want, I will stay. If you obey, you are worthy. If you change, I will love you. This isn't love. It's emotional bargaining. In these relationships, affection becomes a reward, and withdrawal becomes punishment. The message is clear. Who you are is not enough. You must become what I need you to be. This is not love. It is control through emotional economics. 4. Trauma and the confusion of safety with surveillance. Some people equate being controlled with being cared for, because that was how they learned love in childhood. If a parent was overbearing, critical, or invasive, the child may grow up believing, if someone is watching me, they must love me. So they seek partners who monitor their every move, demand constant check-ins, get jealous easily. To the outside world, it looks suffocating. But to the person inside it, it feels familiar. Not because it's healthy, but because it matches their blueprint for love. 5. The cycle of control and compliance control doesn't just happen from one side. It creates a system. The controller feels powerful. The controlled learns to comply. They second-guess themselves. They give up preferences. They slowly erase their own identity. This creates learned helplessness. The person begins to believe they can't make decisions alone, that they are only lovable when they are pleasing. This cycle is hard to break because both roles become habitual, and leaving the cycle feels dangerous, especially if love has always been tied to obedience. 6. When boundaries are misread as rejection. In healthy love, boundaries are respected. But for someone used to control, a boundary can feel like a threat. They may hear no as abandonment, or interpret autonomy as disrespect. This leads to guilt tripping. Why are you shutting me out? Why don't you tell me everything anymore? You've changed. In reality, the person is just trying to breathe, but the controller sees independence as distance, and distance as danger, because love in their mind requires constant proximity and access. Anything else feels like rejection. To conclude, love and control can look similar. They both involve care, attention, closeness. But real love doesn't suffocate. It doesn't monitor, mold, or manipulate. Real love sees the other person as a whole, separate being, not an extension of the self, not a project to fix. It allows difference. It honors boundaries. It makes room for both people to grow. Control may feel like love to the frightened ego, but to the nervous system, it is a constant alert signal. Humans stay in control-based love because it feels safe. But safety is not about being caged. It's about being seen, respected, and free. Real love doesn't ask you to shrink. It meets you as you are.